So I am live on Facebook. Hold on, I need to be able to see. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and live on Artistry Lather's page. So, all right. And then we're going to get TikTok up and going. So, hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Love It Lane business page. All right, let's see. All right, I got everybody. I don't know why my lights keep flickering. We had an issue with this before. I'm definitely going to have to contact the company and see what's going on and why is it doing all of these things. So, as you're coming in, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what's going on. I'm going to push you back out of my way, actually. Lot going on. Your girl traveling from Vegas over the week. Traveled to Vegas Friday, got back yesterday afternoon. It was an amazing business trip / networking / spending some time with my sister. I had such an amazing time, and I'm just so excited for everything that we have going on. It's just been like so awesome. The journey has been so awesome. It was with April Frank. If you have not followed her, you should follow her. And it was the Content Camp Live, and it was absolutely amazing. I created. Hold on, let me. Created a lot of content, y'all. That was the whole purpose. The whole purpose was to create content. Hold on, let me. The whole purpose was to create content while you were there, learning how to get out of your head, how to get out of your head, how to maneuver and know, how to talk to your audience. It was part of the School of Content. It was just so dope, so amazing. And so we were in Vegas. We had a good old time. What's up, Fernando? Thank you for being in the building. We had a good old time. Of course, when you're in Vegas, you got to party it up. I will say from Friday to Sunday, I did not get much sleep. Thank you so much for your club entry, Fernando. I appreciate you. How are you? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Thank you for your club entry. Thank you for sharing it out. I need to get my table like a good old scrub-a-dub-dub. So I'm getting up to 2K. I'm getting. Oh, you're getting up to 20K. Okay, congratulations on the 20K. That is absolutely amazing. And I am so happy for you and for that. Happy for that for you. Blah, 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 blah. Right? That is so awesome. That is so awesome. So what else have you been up to? It's Monday. Like I said, I just got back traveling from Vegas for social media, for School of Content Marketing with Epic April. That's her name on all platforms. And who is requesting? Did it say somebody was requesting? I don't know. And so yeah. So it was amazing. We had an amazing time. And I learned a lot about myself. in this whole ordeal. And I'm so excited to be in a space where I can connect with other women and hold on. I can connect with other women who are on the same journey as me, as in like following and listening to their heart and their passion, knowing what it is that they want to do. Like I am over the moon happy about that. What is this in my cup? Okay, hold on. I got too much going on here. Hold on, I'll be right back. I need to dump this. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. But Vegas was amazing. Like I said, learned a lot about myself. Created like 32, 3, maybe if I could turn some into some content, into some B-roll. Created about 32 pieces of content. I mean, it was just so amazing. Got out my own head and trying to figure out what it is that I want to do. How to speak to my audience more. Sharing. So I know the one thing I don't do is I don't share with you guys. I say I'm getting you up to 20K because I see here no one. Oh, okay. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I haven't been live on a consistent basis. I'm going live at that look like too much. I'm going live Mondays and Wednesdays at 11:30. So I'm getting back into the groove of things right now. So that's why the algorithm don't know exactly like where to place me, what to do. So, but I appreciate you. It doesn't go unnoticed. I'm just going to continue to do my thing, you know. So I appreciate every like, every share, all of the good things that you're doing. And I appreciate that. What's up, Kiki D? So like I was saying, I don't share much. Let me turn this. I don't share much of my journey. And I think that's just because I'm so focused on, I'm going to put all of this in here. I'm so focused on the journey, right? I'm so focused on the journey of like the results of mom, stay-at-home moms making money. I'm so focused on that I forget that people want to actually know you and what you do. And so I forget about that part, right? I know people want to know, like, why is it that you do what you do? How did you get to this point? So I'm Laura Shea Lovett, your stay-at-home mom CEO, and I am the founder and creator of Mom CEO University. So basically, I help stay-at-home moms to create additional income so they can spend more time with their families and loving on themselves. And TikTok, I want to bring you up. You look a little low. There we go. That might be better. Okay, that's better. And I help other stay-at-home moms create additional income so that way they can spend more time with their families and loving on themselves. Now, I know you're like, well, why do you do that? Well, here's the thing. Prior to me being a stay-at-home mom, I was active duty Marine, 12 years in, and I'm retired. So there's that. Hold on. So I am, okay, I got it. So I am retired, and hold on, you guys. And with me being retired, I prayed to God that I wanted to be able to put my kids on and off the bus. I had 3 children while I was in by my ex-husband. And in the midst of that, we got a divorce. Not of course. Let me say not of course. Let's not. I said of course, like that's just, let's not say that. Let's not say of course. Thank you so much, Lou. Welcome into the building. So let's not say of course. Because this smells good. Okay, I think I'm gonna do a mixture of clean laundry and powder. It seems like the best course of action for me. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And so we got a divorce, and in the midst of no, I don't want that. I don't want that. Where are my doppers? I'll get better organized another day. What? So I was prepping to deploy, all of those good things, and so I was like, you know what, God, I realized I missed a lot of my oldest life because let me tell you what sucks. What sucks is having to do a power of attorney for your kids and temporarily basically give up your right. Temporarily give up your right. And that is not a good feeling to have. And so I was just like, you know what? I don't want this for my life. I don't want this for my kids' life. So I just was like, okay, what is it that I can do? And so to be able to stay with my kids. So I just started praying to God. I was like, what's my next move? What I need to do? How do I get to this point of being there for my kids? And I was just praying. And it took some years and it finally happened. Let me tell you something. But in the midst of that, your girl went through hell and hot water trying to figure it out. And it was just a shitty shit show. It was just a shitty shit show of a mess. And it was like, let's see, a shitty shit show of a mess. And it was just terrible. So when I got out, I was like, okay, girl, what are you going to do? How are you going to get yourself together? How are you going to incorporate being there for your kids? Because I was like, hold on, y'all. I was like, how am I going to take care of my kids? At this time, I'm divorced. 3 kids. Not much of help, okay? No help going on of me being, oh, you should smell that. Smell. It smells so good. Okay, y'all seen that, right? Okay. Okay, like, come on, don't fail me now. I don't know what's your problem. Taking care of 3 kids by myself. I will say I had the pleasure of having my grandmother come live with me. But being on active duty with 3 kids ain't for the faint. It is not. That shit was hard. And I know people are like, oh, that was a choice you made. You decided to have kids. Let me tell you something. One thing to Maricos, if we wanted you to have kids, we would have issued you some. And you be like, I need you to get your life together. Okay, I need you to get your life together and stop all the theatric of all of that. Because let's be real. Okay, hold on. All right. It's like you don't have to do all of that, okay? I mean, it was just so over dramatic. It was just too much. I need to let this cool down. So we're gonna let that cool down. It's just too hot. Look at that. Good old wax melt. So we're making that. I'm doing some testers right now. What's up, Annette? Thank you so much for being in the building. It's hard sharing your story because I think in my mind, I'm like, why does that matter? Shouldn't it just be on? Hold on. But I get it. I'm nosy too. I like listening to people's stories. So why shouldn't I think that everybody else is not the same and not like me? Okay. And not like me. Like, what? What? So as I was saying, let me stop getting sidetracked. As I was saying, when I was in, I prayed to God and was like, "What's up, Nora Love?" And was like, you know what? I want to be able to put my kids on and off the bus. I want to be able to take care of our immediate need without any struggle, without any hassle, and all of those things, right? I want to be able to do that. And so it happened. I end up being retired and not having to worry about our essential needs, right? Not having to worry about essential needs. And then I was able to do exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to put my kids on and off the bus, go to PTA meetings, go to different plays, all of that. I wanted to be able to not have to worry about like, all right, so you gotta wait for this temperature to go down to 150. Not have to worry about like putting in leave slips, somebody telling me I can't go, getting fussed at because my kid is sick. Like, who fusses at somebody because their kid is sick? As if we can control when the damn child got sick. We can't. Maybe if you tell your kids to wash their hands and stop rubbing their snotty ass nose everywhere and all of the things, it wouldn't be like they won't be sick. How about that? How about them cookies? How about that? How about we do that? Nope. No. Oh, okay. Like, you can't sit up here and tell me, oh, okay, hold on. Okay, got it. And tell me that, like, my kids being sick is the issue. So I was like, you know what? I ain't got to deal with this. I ain't got to deal with this. Thank you. What's up, Fly Spice Diva? Thank you so much for your club entry. I appreciate you for those love tokens. You are absolutely amazing. We're at 208. We gotta get to 150, y'all. This probably gonna take some time. Okay. Look, Gloria, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. So I was just like, you know what? I just want to be with my kids. I just want to be able to put them on a bus. And then that's how I got started. That literally was the manifestation part of and praying to God and was like, this ain't about to be my life. I'm not about to sit up here and do this. There has to be more for me that than just this. And that was it. And then your girl became a whole stay-at-home mom. Okay. Cause something about, let me tell you what did it for me though. Let me tell you what the seed that was planted in me. Thank you so much for the popular vote. Let me tell you the seed that was planted in me. When I was stationed in Okinawa, Japan, and I had to take my, how old was he at the time? 3-year-old son and fly him back to the States for my mom because I was getting ready to deploy, and having to sign a power of attorney, which is like temporarily giving custody to that person for everything, for medical, for stay-ins, for basically their whole livelihood, right? having to give that over, I felt so helpless. I felt so hurt that I had to make this choice. I felt so hurt that I had to make this choice. I was like, something has to give. I can't keep doing this. Like, and so that was the seed that was planted in me, especially coming back. Y'all want to hear a funny story? I don't talk about this story often because I don't. I don't. Okay. You know what? No, I ain't even gonna tell. I'm gonna leave it for another day. You want to hear? Okay. It's not really funny, Floss, right? Especially with you being a flight attendant. So this is about to be so funny for you to hear. Okay. It's about to be so funny for you to hear. When I had to take, I done drew you in. When I had to take my son when I was stationed in Japan, when I had to take him, what's the temperature? 195. Okay. When I had to take him from Japan to South Carolina because I was deploying. On the way, so when we flew there, I stayed there for a couple of days, so he can get acclimated and adjusted. So my parents, my mom and my granddad, they took me to the airport. I'm sobbing, I'm crying, I'm just in stress. I'm just like, this could be the last time I see my kid. What's up, Miss TL Langston? Thank you so much for being in the building. This will be the last time I see my kid. I mean, it was just all kind of emotions going on, right? It was just all kind of emotions going on. It's so, mind you, only the suitcase I flew from Japan to South Carolina with, the same suitcase I'm flying back from South Carolina to Japan. So my luggage was 50.5. And I don't even know how it was 50.5 because I ain't even buy nothing new. Like I ain't buy nothing new. It should have been lighter because I feel like my son had some stuff in my luggage, right? So it was 50.5. That lady at the front desk, I don't remember what company it was. So I don't know if it was United Airlines. I don't remember. I really don't. Dirty clothes way more than clean clothes. So okay. All right. Thank you for telling me that because did not know at the time. So the lady was like, "You're over. We can't take this bag," and she left. Like, and then she went through the door, and like when she said it, I was like, "Well, ma'am, that's the same luggage I came with." I said, "I have nothing new in here," and she just was like, "Well, it's over," and that's just that. And so I'm like, okay, and I'm already distraught and in this emotional state because I just had to bring my kid here. So we and she walked through these doors and she goes away. And I said, I know this helper did not just walk away from me while I'm talking. And she also didn't give me any type of solution to how I can make this happen, like what I need to do, right? She didn't give me the solution. What's up, Lavon in the building? She didn't give me the solution to like how I can help, right? Are you making yes, I'm making candle wax right here. This scent is called Sunday Sheets. It's a mix between clean laundry and powder. But and so I was like, okay. I was like, no, she didn't. So this black man came through and he was like, how can I help you? And at this point, I was like, what's up, amazing family? I was like, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to that white B, because I said that back there. She done walked off on me. She done told me this and told me that and blah, 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 blah. And I'm going off. And he was like, oh, no problem. I'll go get her. And he went to get her and he came back. And she came back and she was like, what more do you want from me? Thank you so much for your club entry. She was like, what more do you want from me? I've already told you your luggage was over. And I was like, listen here, you white. I mean, went in on her fly. I said, don't you ever disrespect me like that again. Do you know who I am? And I was a sergeant in the Marines at that time. Thoughts on, and I was like, Are you serious right now? Are you serious? I fight for your country so you can lay your head out at night and you don't even know what I'm going through because I just had to drop my son off because I'm getting deployed and you're going to sit up here and tell me about the .5 luggage when this could be the last time I could see my fucking son so you can sleep safely at night and fly. When I tell I was going off. Thank you so much, LaVon, for the love tokens. I absolutely appreciate you. Fly, when I tell you I was going off. I mean, this woman turned redder than a hot devil, than a hoe in a church on a Thursday, Sunday trying to repent. Baby, she was red. But listen, I blacked out. Let me tell you why I blacked out, Fly. While going in on this lady at the front thing, while I'm going in, guess what? The police behind me. The popo, the airport police people are behind me. Girl, I done blacked out. See nothing but red. And I didn't see them. And then all I felt was my granddad. He touched the back of my arm and he turned me around. And then he said, hey. And he did just like that. And I snapped out of it. And then I seen the police and I said, oh, snap. I'm about to go to jail and I'm not going to deploy and I'm going to get kicked out. I mean, it was so much going through my head. Did they take you in? So listen. So the guy was like, can you tell me what's going on? And I told him. And he said, ma'am, well, why didn't you just tell her this, and this? And she said, she just looked like, because she was just in disbelief that I literally just went in on her. And she couldn't say anything. He said, the black man was standing off to the side. He said, I can take care of it. I can do a military something. And he was like, 0.5 ain't even, a lot, whatever. I could do a military something. And he did something. They took my luggage. Right. I could have just took some, but I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I'm frantic. I'm thinking, and this is her job, right? And so the black man did some like military something or whatever, and he took the luggage. Girl, the police escorted me to the plane, like through TSA, through to my gate, onto the plane. Girl, they put me in first class in the front. They put me in first class in the front seat by the window. He said, snap your seatbelt on. Don't get off this plane. Thank you for your service. Get back in deploy and you will be back here to get your son. He said, you will be back here to get your son. I cried that whole 9-hour flight, because we flew from South Carolina to Seattle. They fueled up in Seattle. We didn't even get off. They fueled up in Seattle, and then we flew from Seattle to Iwakuni, and then from Iwakuni got on another plane and flew to Okinawa. But he was like, you'll be back to get your son. Don't worry about all of that. Thank you for your service. I totally get it. Thank you so much, Lux Monet, for your club entry. And so that is my crazy story on how I blacked out at the airport and went crazy on that lady at the front desk. I bet you, though, she'll think twice before she do that. I bet you she to the day, she probably still think about that moment, about how to treat people with kindness, because you don't know what's going on in people's life. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much, LaVon, for liking the live. Thank you for sharing it out, LaVon. Thank you for sharing it out, Lux Monet. I appreciate you. Thank you, Fly, for being here. But I bet you to this day, she will think twice on how she treat people, because just like what you said, all they had to do was tell me to take something out and I could have gave it to my mom. Thank you so much for the love token. I could have gave it to my mom. Lux Monet level 5 in the club. Let's celebrate you. Hold on. And it was all of that. So I could have done all of that, but she chose not to want to be helpful. And so because of that, yeehaw. So because of that, it just made it 10 times worse, right? It just made it 10 times worse. Yeehaw. I'm trying to put the sticker up and it's not letting me. Oh, there we go. Oh, come on. So, girl, that was my crazy ass story on how I almost went to jail taking my son to my like flying back from leaving my son at my mom's house because I was getting ready to deploy. Like, all she had to do was be a little nicer to me. That was it. I wasn't asking for a lot. I wasn't asking, for anything. All I was asking for was a little kindness and what I need to do. And you didn't have to. And she was being so rude to me. She was just being so mean. And so it was like, be careful how you treat people. Just be a nice person. Because you don't know what's going on in people's lives, right? Now, did I say be a kiss over or ass kisser? No, I did not say that. But what I said was be nice to people. Hey, I don't have my earpiece in, so I don't hear anything, right? Thank you so much for being here, though. I appreciate that. So it was just like you just don't know. You just don't know what people are going through in their lives. And so like having to experience that, having to sign over your temporary rights of being a parent, having uh and not being able to make those decisions for your children, not being able to be there for certain milestones because you are about to deploy and all of that. I was like, this cannot be my life. I need other things. I don't want this to be my life. I think that this is not for me. And I could tell you, your girl was gun ho in the Marine Corps, wanting to be a lifer, which is what we say, someone who do over 20 years, and all of the things. So it wasn't even that for me. It wasn't until I had kids. It wasn't until that moment where I realized, okay, I don't want this for my kids. Even though I didn't want kids, I didn't want this for them because this was my choice in a sense, right? When you do what you do, you know where kids come from. You know there's a possibility, there's a chance, right? So I didn't, this not their problem or their responsibility. So I wanted to do right by them. And so it was just, yeah, that was it. So I'm just like, okay, all right, Shay, you got to want to do better. And I did. So that's what I did. Got out. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 13 years now. I've been a stay-at-home mom who runs a business from home for 10 years now. And last year, when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I had to basically be told that you may not make it into 2025, right? It's when I realized I have a lot more to give in this world and to give in this life. And I want to know when I go to heaven that I am going, and when God showed me my room of blessings that he instilled in me that is empty. I want my room of blessings and gifts to be empty because I used them all, right? So in the midst of that, that's how I created Mom CEO University, was teaching other stay-at-home moms how to take their skill, gifts, and talents into monetizing it. But when I think about the journey that I've been on to get to this point, it's like, girl, we made it. We made it. Okay? Give it up for yourself. Pat yourself on the back. We made it. All right? And if it wasn't for those moments of me having to, we're at 135, y'all. We're almost there. Look at that, 135. We got 3 more degrees to go. If it wasn't for those moments where I had to be vulnerable and sign over my rights my right as a parent to my children, I don't think I would be here today, because I wouldn't have asked to God to be with my kids all day, to put them on the bus, to be there for them and not miss any more moments of their lives. I wouldn't have asked for that. I wouldn't have asked for that at all. So I am very grateful and appreciative and thankful that I'm able to do that. So it's like, if it wasn't for the Marine Corps in that moment, I wouldn't be here today making stuff, teaching moms how to do this stuff. It had just really truly been a up and down battle of getting here. It was not overnight. Like I said, I've been a stay-at-home mom for 13 years. 13. Can we say it louder for the people in the back? Oh my God. 13 years. And woo child, it has taken everything up out of me. Okay? It has taken everything out of me. But I am so grateful and so happy to be here and to be like just doing the things that I love. Just doing the things that I love. And it's like I don't really talk about the journey so much, because I'm like, we're at 149, y'all. I don't really talk about the journey so much, because I'm like, the journey don't matter. Is the results to me is what matters. The journey for me is what matters. So, but I'm going to talk more about my past. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to talk about it. Gonna let you know what's going on. What's up, everyone? Thanks so much for being in the building. But baby, ain't nothing like that time at the airport, honey. I for sure thought I was going to jail. You couldn't tell me I wasn't. Baby, I thought I was going to jail. Okay? I really did. But, God had otherwise. He said, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere, girl. You ain't got to lie, Craig. Uh-oh. So, okay. I'm going to have to figure out a better way to do this. Oh, maybe. So, that's a little bit about my journey. That's a little bit about me and what it is that, how I got here. So, I thank you all for being here. For those of you, hold on. Thank everyone for being here. I appreciate it. I'm gonna see you all later in these streets. Okay. My plan is to go live more, right? So we'll do that. But let's cut this off. And here, thank you, Instagram.